What's that smell? Ah, yes, the crisp smell of fall.
Fall means sweater weather.
And speaking of sweater weather, I'm going to Marshall's today to grab a new cardigan and maybe check out their selection of cashmere. You know, new items arrive all the time, so they're always a fresh selection of the most wanted pieces for fall.
Marshall's buyers are hustling every day to get the deals, so we get the good stuff. And this fall is no different.
On everything. Leather and suede, designer handbags, on-trend denim, high-quality boots, accessories, you name it. So go get that sweater and all the other must-haves you'll love for fall. Marshall's is a one-stop shop for all the good stuff for less.
It's decided then. I'm going to my Marshall's for a whole new fit and more. And you should too. Score some amazing deals in-store or at marshalls.com.
Well, what is this?
Welcome to the LadyGang.
That's amazing. Say that again.
The LadyGang.
Things are about to change around here.
Each week we catch up with Hollywood's hottest girl posse. Kelty Knight, Becca Tobin, and Jack Vanek.
Hello. Welcome to LadyGang. I am Becca Tobin here with Jack Vanek and Kelty Knight, and we're on the tour bus still.
We're still touring. It feels like we're just stuck in this alternate universe that's never going to end. And we're barely holding on, you know?
Hanging by a thread, guys.
Hanging by a thread.
I swept the bus today.
It was so weird.
It does look very... We have a sweeper?
Yeah, I Swiffered it and cleaned it a little bit because it was starting to get grimy. There's nothing more disgusting than 6 girls.
It's not 6 girls. It's just well, yes, it is. Girls are disgusting. Girls are more disgusting than men are.
Yeah.
But
it's also bus life.
Bus life is gross. But when I did walk in, it smelled very nice because we have a pumpkin spice candle, and I think it's the little things that bring you joy.
Yeah.
Got to.
I was
You
like,
have to have it.
I'm going to wipe.
Even though we're probably being killed by that candle because they're
No,
toxic.
we got a natural one.
Non-toxic? Well, you
Yeah.
got to look for a lot of things, like bleach on the wick.
We did.
You know what? We're being slowly killed by a lot of things in life.
I know, but I like to control certain...
It's a slow, sad death.
In our defense, when Jack and I bought that candle, we did look at it and we said, Becca won't like this candle unless it's a natural fragrance oil.
But then I did think about the small, simple things that bring you joy because I knew the moment would happen where it would really be a make or break moment of lighting that candle.
Yep.
So here we are.
Well, here we are. That
Here we
did
are.
help a little bit.
It did.
Yeah, kind of.
I'm just realizing that I don't need as many showers as I thought I did.
Really?
I'm rinsing. I'm barely washing my hair.
Okay.
I'm barely doing a face routine. Like,
Yeah.
I came from home, which was like a 20-step masks every other day, light masks. Like, I also think I probably look hideous, but like I need a lot less than I thought I did. So, you know.
There's only so much you can do on the bus. I'm still trying to get over a fungal reaction on my face, so that's really fun to be on a tour bus with this nasty recycled air.
I love a fungal reaction. You should put that right here so they don't forget to bring it.
Oh, yeah. We have
Because
the Wheel of Secrets.
The
that
Wheel
we're
of
bringing
Secrets
to
is here.
One of every one of our shows.
All right. Are
There
you
it is.
ready?
Yeah.
It's time for...
Good week.
Yes, it is.
Bad week. Oh, no.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay, so we're recording this in Grand Rapids. We just are ending a fucking crazy week. It was pub week. We did so many things, had zero, like, a second to breathe because every time that we weren't doing a show or preparing for a show or loading into a show, we were doing press.
Yeah.
So it has been a crazy fucking press week, but I think the high of a lot of our week is we got to go on the Tamron Hall show.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't get invited to many morning shows. I think it was the only one that we got invited to.
Well, that's a daytime show.
Or whatever,
It's actually
daytime
more
show.
important. Yes. Yes.
Oh, where does the morning cut off and the daytime starts?
Like GMA Today Show CBS is morning.
Okay.
And then daytime is like Kelly Clarkson, now Jennifer Hudson, like used to be Oprah, Ellen was daytime.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal.
So we did Tamron. She's amazing. She's been on our podcast. Becca's been on our show before. She's so great. We got to wear really cute outfits.
Yeah.
I wore a crop top on daytime TV, and I think I did okay.
I think you did great.
And it was so fun.
Better than okay.
It was so fun being on her show. But the bad week of mine that I realized is when we were on her show and we were taking some pictures with her. And in one of the last picture, we took like a bunch and we were smiling.
Are you this dinosaur hand?
No, it's the last picture that we took with her. I was sticking my tongue out.
Yeah, it was great.
And I was doing and this is what I realized. It's like when I get uncomfortable, I do this face where I blink one eye and I stick my tongue out, because it's when I feel like I'm gross, I'm like, this will distort my face enough, but I still look cute.
Right.
And it still kind of looks like me, but like I shouldn't be doing that with like in a professional setting.
Right.
Yeah.
And I found myself doing it. And that's, that's when I realized maybe I don't have control over my body.
I love this so much. My bad week has to do with your Tamron Hall outfit. So I'm going to go into mine now.
Oh, yeah, we can go.
Wait, hold on.
Our good week was being Tamron Hall.
Oh, yeah, okay. So my bad week is this. So we all know that after 7 years of LadyGang with Jacqueline Vanek, it is very important that Jack likes what she's wearing.
Yeah.
Like, it will ruin. Jack is not Jack if she doesn't have the right outfit on. Like, she shuts down.
Yeah.
It's like me and if I don't have my Bujo on Sunday nights. Like, you just, like, everyone has their fucking thing.
Yeah, it's my thing.
She got to have an outfit. And I know this because when we did LadyGang TV, we tried to put Jacqueline in, like, a business casual look. And it was, there was a lot not to like, but she didn't like her outfits. And before we went on this big tour, we're working with Marshalls, and so we really had to shop and get our outfits right. And I knew how important press day was for the book, and I was like, I don't want Jack to have to order something from Revolve that comes and is like made out of tinsel or like whatever. Like, I want
and
Jack
still $500.
Yeah, I want Jack to like elevate, and I want her to feel great. So before we left LA, we went to Albright Fashion Library, which is where I rent a lot of my designer clothes, and like, it's basically for when you want to wear something that's $6,000, but you don't want to, you're never going to wear it again. You just pay this one-time rental fee. It's still pretty expensive.
Yeah.
It's like Hollywood Rent the Runway.
Exactly. Very good. So Jack and I we're so busy to go to tour, but we're like, okay, let's go. So I went with her, and like, being the Keltie of the group, I tried on like a few things. I was not focused on what I was picking at all for myself. I was literally like, all I care is that Jack finds something that she likes to wear.
Yes.
So she found this gorgeous area 2-piece set. It's a hot pink top with the little bottom. And I love it so much. I love it 4,000 times more than what I wore. I wish I was wearing it. I loved it so much. I wish I had focused on myself a little more at our fitting and picked something that I liked better. I liked my outfit, but
your outfit was so cute. But my outfit, it was very like, it was like an emo Clueless vibe.
It was amazing. It
had
so
studs
good
on it. It was so cute. It was like LadyGang pink. I loved it.
It was perfect. So we're so excited, and we're like, okay, we're going on tour, and I call Albright, and I'm like, hey, we need the Jack outfit. It's time. And they're like, well, it's at Fashion Week in New York. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, but we'll have the other client that's wearing it. Just leave it in New York, and Jack can pick it up. And we're like, great. And everything that we're doing on this tour is by the seat of our pants. There is no prep time. There's no 2 hours to get it fixed. There's literally like, it got messenger to the hotel, and we're on our way to the shop. So Jack goes to put it on. And the rule at Albright is that you're allowed to, like, make small adjustments to it. So, like, if it's a tiny bit big on your waist, you can pinch it in and then you immediately have to take it out. Or, like, you can change a button.
Only temporary.
A temporary fix. Whoever had this before took the whole fucking thing apart. And so we start to... we start to put on Jack, and I'm like, wow, this is so weird. It fits so different. So by the end of this ordeal, I have Jack safety pinned with 3 safety pins on the bra top. And then, Alex, the locks are on the table there. And then the skirt is like ripping up the side seam of the skirt. And I'm like, I already had sewed some holes in it. And I was like, no, we're not going to let this get her down. She was a trooper, but we're literally on the Tamron Hall show. And one of the stage managers.
Well, no, okay, we're going to go to the Tamron Hall show. And I'm like, Keltie, there's a little bit of a rip on my
And it's tiny, right? It's like,
you're like, it's okay.
It's a
It
centimeter.
wasn't even a rip. It was like you could see that the hem was...
It was loosening.
It was
loosening.
It was pulling.
It was starting to pull. And you know these expensive, like, things, they're like really high quality fabrics, but like they're not meant to...
They're fragile.
They're not rough and tumble. This is not Nike. You know what I mean? So we see it starting to pull, and I'm like, well, Godspeed. We got about 8 hours of press to do here.
Yeah.
And then we have this car where you have to like climb in the back of the car and like go to the back. Anyway, so we get to Tamron Hall. By the time we get to Tamron Hall, which was like stop number 2 of the day, the stage manager has to come stop the show
mid-show,
come over and hand Jack a throw pillow to put on top of the hole in the side of her skirt. And
well, we were like, It's okay. It's small. Nobody's going to notice. And they had one note in the show, and it was that my skirt was ripping halfway up my thigh.
I was so mad. I'm still mad about it. I'm mad because we really did the work.
We did.
We prepared. We were ready. And then the whole...
That's what you pay the big bucks for, is for it to fit you.
It still looked gorgeous. You had a free rental at Albright. I just went to FedEx and sent our outfits back. But I was really excited. We got our picture taken at the top of the Empire State Building, and that was really exciting. And so that was my bad week, is just that, like, I just... You know, you can prepare for anything, and then something's still going to fucking go wrong.
That's this whole tour for us. This entire tour.
We're trying.
Just
literally
preparation.
Preparation equals exhaustion.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the point?
So here's my good week. So we have this tour. It's sponsored by Marshalls and DSW, and we have talked. And Marshalls is in a family of stores, right? They have TJ Maxx, they have Home Goods, and you know that the scientific people at LadyGang, we have really done the science on how long it takes you to poop. And I don't want to say this, but now it's the podcast, so I'm going to just say it. But here's the thing. I had done the scientific research at Home Goods that it took approximately under 10 minutes for me to be in the, salt, pepper, towel aisle at Home Goods before I needed to poop.
Yeah.
It's the same at Marshalls.
Really?
We've been visiting Marshalls all over the country, and it's very hard. We talked about this last week. Everyone knows about my small poop incident. It's hard to poop on the tour bus, and so I'm not eating a lot of the foods that normally make me kind of regular because I'm like, I don't know when it's going to come on, so I'm doing a lot of really plain foods, mashed potatoes, rice cakes, oatmeal. Like, it's very like when you have a stomach flu, but I don't have a stomach flu. I'm just trying not to poop too much.
Yeah, you're eating like a 5-year-old.
There's no Chipotle for me anymore.
No.
And so we've been going to Marshalls everywhere, and I know, like, I just was the other day, I walked in and I was like, it's been hard, like, I'm not feeling regular, and then I walked in. By the time I got second row of the dresses,
you had to poop.
It's time to go. And I was thrilled. So the science is correct, and it doesn't matter which one of the family of stores you're in. I'll try TJ Maxx next.
It's because you're so delighted to be shopping, and you're distracted enough and relaxed enough that your colon is like, woo! Is like, you know what?
I feel at home.
She feels comfy right now.
You know, that is a big thing because so many people can only poop in the comfort of their own home. So that's saying a lot about Marshalls and Marshalls family of stores, that it's like,
do you think they'll turn this into an ad?
I was going to say, do they want to
do you know what? We're going to actually cancel this sponsorship right this moment. Anyway, I love it. I love it so much. Back.
Okay, so my bad week is that we were on the top of the Empire State Building, and we were in the midst of our, crazy, chaotic press day, and halfway through the interview, I don't remember which one, I found myself glazing over and staring into space, as someone's asking questions.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was like, I can't tell if I'm just really exhausted or if I just truly don't give a anymore. Ooh. I was like, I don't care. I don't care if Katie Couric walks onto the Empire State Building and says, I want to sit down with you and talk to you for an hour about your life.
Yeah.
I would have been like, do I have to? I would have asked Kelty if I had to do it for the book sales. And if she said yes, I'd do it. If she said no, I'd probably pass.
Yeah.
So I was like, what is going on? Well, coincidentally, I have discovered an astrologist. I don't know if that's her. Is that a title?
Yeah, I think so.
Astrology.
What else would it be?
I don't know. So this woman, Heidi Rose Robbins, is a crazy, amazing astrologer that I keep hearing about from different circles of people and kind of in the LA world. So Casey Wilson and June Diane Raphael, and both of them on their podcast talk about Heidi. And I'm like, I need a Heidi in my life. And I'm like, certainly I'm not. And then Heidi was on one of their podcasts, and she was just wonderful. I was like, certainly I'm not going to be able to get an appointment with Heidi. I did the shameless thing. I did the DM. Ooh. And
Hi, my famous friends Casey Wilson told me to call you.
I literally was like, I heard you on their podcast, and I just, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I'm very into astrology. As you guys know how annoying I am when I ask a guest what their sign is. But I don't know a whole lot about it. So I wanted somebody to really dive into my chart because so you can look at somebody's chart and see where stars and planets are at certain times in their lives, and it can kind of predict, based on their birth chart, things that are going to happen, or even not necessarily like a psychic would, where it's like you're going to get pregnant in 2 months. It's more of this represents rebirth. So whether that's a new chapter of your career or a baby or a whatever, it's kind of a nice to keep a mile marker on things. Yeah. So I set up an appointment with her, and of course she's very, very, very busy, and it fell on a day that we had a day off on tour today. I actually just wrapped this session up.
Yeah.
We did a Zoom session, and it was just as magical as I could possibly, whatever. And we started to discuss, I'm at this place, something about Neptune. I never remember the specifics of it, but I remember...
You don't take notes?
She records it for you.
Oh, cool.
But essentially, from now until early next year, it's the reason that I feel so kind of unmotivated about everything. Things that used to really excite me, things that really used to light a fire underneath me. I'm coming towards the end of this, but I was like, this makes so much sense because I have zero motivation. And what used to be really fulfilling and like fill my cup and whatever is just not doing it for me.
So it has to do with Neptune.
It's something about Neptune.
Okay, cool.
And my chart. Okay. But it's not for everyone. So like, it's not not a general Neptune for everyone. It's like for me where Neptune is sitting for me currently.
Yeah.
And I'm just happy I was basically just given permission to wait it out.
But then what happens if you don't feel motivated next year?
No, she said I'm going to feel a rejuvenated sense of purpose, and I'm supposed to be really being quiet right now and dreaming a lot and just kind of not being so active in that go, do moment of my life.
Well, unfortunately, that's we could not be doing more of that.
We could not.
There's no room to dream.
It's go-go juice time. Yeah, and we're buying it at Costco.
Right, but I'm done soon, which means I get another 4 months to do absolutely nothing, and I'm just really excited for it because I am somebody who needs permission to do absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
and I'm stoked about it. She went back in my chart, and she asked me about certain like tentpole moments of my life and it's personal, professional, whatever. And all of it was literally written in the stars.
No.
Yep. Like me getting Glee, that was setting me up. It was like a shift for a 27-year, like it kind of predicted, it started, it accelerated, like whatever the next 27 years are.
Interesting.
Which is crazy. She said that my last 3 years have been some of the most volatile, and it is true because there's been, and not necessarily volatile, but like challenging and changes, like really crazy changes. And it's the reason I'm so exhausted. It's the reason that I'm so done. Like I'm on the tails of a very challenging 3 years. So
you're going to be rejuvenated next year.
So
just wait it out.
At what month and date?
January, February. January, February, I think, is when I'm supposed to start feeling a little bit more motivation and a little more clarity on what's to come next. Because I have very polarizing things in my chart, which is the Capricorn, the worker. But then I have the Pisces, which is the sensitive, the imaginative, the creative. And they don't often like work in harmony very well. So... Wow, guys. Thanks for the 3 people who are still listening.
No, I think it's really interesting. But like, okay, so she just looked up your dates and stuff.
You give her
time of birth and stuff.
Kelsey, if you didn't go to bed the one night that we actually got to hang out,
I actually heard the whole conversation.
Okay,
that's weird. That's so sneaky.
We literally, because we've been working so fucking much, we've had like 2 hours of free time, and that was when we were driving from Philly to New York one night to get a hotel.
So it wasn't quite long enough to fall asleep.
Yeah, so it was from like 12 to 2 a.m., and Becca was just reading all of our charts.
We are going to have the most wild... I'll go back to how it works, but it made me think the next time we have that type of a drive where it's not quite long enough to sleep and whatever... Oh, maybe we have a hotel, but it would be so fun because Caitlin's with us.
Yeah.
And to stay up and like have a party on the bus, but forget, I think it doesn't work out in our
She's
logistics.
like, I don't feel motivated enough.
No, I think that we stay in a hotel or something that night.
Yeah.
But the way it works is they give you have to give your exact time of birth, location where you were born, and the date. So it's the moment you came out into the world where every planet was located. And it really kind of... I don't know. It has a lot to do with your whole life and all that.
But she doesn't ask you questions. She just is like, oh, it's been this for you. And it's very clear. There's no like psychic ability part of it.
It's psychic in the sense that I did have a question for her. I was like, I have this opportunity with another, like building this new brand. And I'm really torn because every moment, for me, I'm always really clear. Usually I'm like, yes or no, yes or no, yes or no. And I'm like, I've never been so indecisive. And 1 hour I could be like so fucking motivated and excited and inspired. And then the next I could be like, I'm tired and I'm done and whatever. And so I said to her, I just don't know what that is. Like, why am I feeling this way? And I need help making this decision. Do I walk away from this thing? Is it draining me? Is it like the universe telling me it's not right? And she said, and so that's the questions that you can't really specific about. And that's when she said to me, you need to put a pin in it if you can, timing wise. Yeah. If you can like tie it all up in a pretty bow in October and spend the next 4 months like kind of hibernating and like thinking about it, then
well, because she's reading where the stars are going to be at X point in time and like how that would align in your life. Does she do couples? Like, could me and Jared go together?
I'm pretty sure she
you probably can't get in.
Well, I know,
no,
but if
I think you can. I think you could. We could have her come on the podcast too.
That would be fun.
Who was the? I can't. I'm so bad at names. The last astrologer,
Elisa.
She was amazing, and I just have to have somebody like tell it straight to me because I'm a fucking idiot with that kind of stuff.
So am I. Exactly. It's like I'm so interested in it, yet I can't like I can't articulate,
and it can't like stick in my mind.
Yeah. And she did tell me spring, like May and June. Yeah, April, May, or May, June of next year there's going to be like a really powerful. It's a powerful time for me, and then the end of 2024 is when it's a lot of the time something pays off. Something pays off. Like something comes to fruition. A lot of the time there's a really huge financial whatever. So that's the end of 2024. So that is my official 2-year notice of LadyGang.
Thank you.
I'm just kidding.
Unless it is LadyGang.
And I was just going to say it's probably LadyGang.
Oh my God.
If we're being honest. But
when we come back, I'm going to tell you what's in my text right now.
Oh God.
We are so excited to be working with FrameBridge this week. FrameBridge is a longtime sponsor of LadyGang, and they make it easier and more affordable than ever to frame your favorite things without ever leaving the house. You can add a gallery wall to your home office or send an easy, foolproof gift, especially with all those weddings you have coming up. What I love is that we got this great picture of us a few days ago playing a sold-out show at the Grand Mercy Theater in New York City, and I'm going to change it to black and white. I'm going to print it up big, get it framed with FrameBridge, and put it on our wall in the LadyGang office. It's a really proud moment for us. And instead of the hundreds you'd pay at a framing store, the prices start at $39 and all shipping is free. Plus, our listeners get 15% off their first order at framebridge.com when they use our code LadyGang. Order online at framebridge.com or stop by a FrameBridge store to work with a designer in person if you're in New York, DC, Atlanta, Philly, Boston, or Chicago. Get started today. Frame your photos or send someone the perfect gift. Go to framebridge.com and use the promo code LadyGang to save an additional 15% off your first order. Just go to framebridge.com, promo code LadyGang. Framebridge.com, promo code LadyGang. This episode of LadyGang is brought to you by Brooklinen. Brooklinen knows there are fewer things better than falling into a soft, cozy bed at the end of the day. But if you're a hot sleeper, trying to catch some Z's can feel impossible when you're tossing and turning in warm sheets. Thankfully, Brooklinen has you covered, literally, with their best-selling and award-winning bedding designed with light, breathable fabrics to keep you cool all night long. I know all about this bedding because, as you guys know, at my house right now, in California, I have all of my heathered cashmere Brooklinen sheets on my bed. And I will tell you, on the tour bus where I am right now, I do not have my Brooklinen sheets. And I am sad. I'm definitely not sleeping as well. I'm not as cozy. And so I really can't wait. I mean, I'm loving tour, but I can't wait to get home and get back into my luxury, amazing bedding. So whether you sleep hot throughout the summer or year round, make your entire bed feel like the cool side of the pillow with Brooklinen's signature crisp, breathable classic percale sheets, and replace your heavy winter bedding with their lightweight comforters for the ultimate breezy, light as a cloud feel. And for a limited time, Brooklinen is offering free pillowcases with purchase. If you miss out, you can use promo code LADY20 anytime for $20 off, plus free shipping on your order of $100 or more at brooklinen.com. That's Brooklinen, BROOKLINEN.com, promo code LADY20. Head to brooklinen.com for your free pillowcases today.
Now back to the LadyGang.
All right, we're back. So tell the story from wherever we were. You wrote Amanda Nathanson for me. You're a
Columbus.
goddess. You're a f***ing goddess.
So, obviously, Kelty's favorite person in the entire world is Matt Nathanson. She loves him more than her husband. And so
In a different way.
In a different way. So I thought, like, as a little gift to Kelty, I wrote Matt Nathanson and I was like, hey, do you think that you could, like, send us a little video of, like, congratulating Kelty on the book? It would mean so much for her. We're on this tour. I could play it on the big screen for a big audience. It would just be, like, a really, really special moment. And I had wrote him a couple days before our book release, and I sent him a DM, and he never responded. So for my bad week last night, or whatever night that, I don't know what night it was. The other night. I played the DM, or I showed the DM, and I was like, the bad week is he never responded. And I felt really bad because I thought it would be a really special moment. So Kelty sent him this frantic voice note while we were on stage saying that I had messaged him and she was really upset or whatever it was. Do you want to say what it was?
Sure.
There was no punctuation because it was voice to text.
I said, hi, Matt Nathanson, with no N, Matt Nathanson. It's me, Kelty Knight. And it was like my username, like all one, no space. I'm here on stage in Columbus, Ohio. I believe you were just Sharon Sure. Jack sent you a DM. She wanted you to make me a song to celebrate my book release, and you didn't reply.
You just made
to
up
her
a song.
Please call at Jack Vanek and reply as soon as possible. Really need to contact. Thanks.
Oh, my God.
So I didn't realize that that's what, like, because we were on stage, and I was like, got to move on, like, got to stay on track. So that was yesterday at 7:30 p.m. Today at 7:44 a.m.
Oh, no.
He wrote, wait, what robot is this? And then the crying emoji.
He's so funny.
He's so sweet.
I know.
And
I'm like,
but he didn't acknowledge it.
But I'm like,
no.
But check your fucking DMs. I want my book song.
I know. Well, I didn't ask him to make you a song. I just asked him to make you a video. But maybe
think
now
he should write. I think he should write a song called 1-844 Sexy Lady.
Thank you.
Oh, that's a good idea. We'll get it. We'll get it at some point.
And then I just got a text. Not that like it's exciting.
Great. Can't wait to hear it.
Not that it's exciting that I'm getting more to read my text, but I got a text from Caitlin Bristow, and she was like, yo, I'm fucking ready. How have the other shows been? I want to be the best show. She's very competitive, as we know.
I love it.
So she was like, how is Nick? How was Heather? What was it like? What did they do? What did they bring? And I was like, Nick was awesome. She's like, holy hell, I'm ready. Put me in.
Oh, so, she's going to kill it. I'm so excited.
We're like basically less than a week away from Houston and Dallas.
Yeah.
And
I can't believe those are the cities she's coming to. It thrills me.
It is so exciting. And so there's still tickets available, but not for long. So head on over to the LadyGang.com/tour and get your tickets, Dallas and Houston. And they're both weekend shows.
Do we still have VIP left where they can meet her?
I don't know if we have VIP. I think it might be sold out.
Wait, does VIP including meeting her?
I don't know.
Actually, great question.
Yeah.
I might not. I might be offering up something that's not on the menu.
I don't know what's on the menu, but the menu is going to be fun. And I am desperate. So as you guys know, and no one tell Caitlin this, but as you guys know, my parents didn't love me as a child, and they didn't take any photos or videos of me, so I have nothing. But you know whose parents loved her? Katie's. And
does she have a lot of pictures of you?
I don't know, but I'm working with...
Is she an only child?
No, she's a sister. She's the youngest. We're both the youngies. And I'm working with her mom, Leslie, and I'm trying to get some crazy ass footage for the screen of her, of us, because we modeled in baby fashion shows when we were a kid.
Oh my God.
You do not have to be pretty to be in a baby fashion show. I'll tell you that right now.
That's so cute.
Anyway, I would love to have some footage, but people just didn't have camcorders the way that your dad did. It's that 5 years, really made a difference in the camcorderness.
It really did.
So, even if they had it, would they have used it for you?
Yeah.
Wow. No, they wouldn't have. Thanks for bringing that up.
Anyway. I am excited it's going to be our last two shows. That'll be a nice way to send it off until
it's not the last two shows forever.
Well, until the next three shows.
Yeah. The other thing that thrills me, and I just want to say, as you all know, I've been very stressed out about the book coming out, and it's just so stressful, and the pre-orders and all this stuff. But the girls showed up. I'm watching everyone go to Target and they're DMing me. I saw this on the shelf today. It's really exciting. And I'm feeling less discouraged about everything. Well, I feel if she read my star signs, it would be you're going to be disenfranchised for another 4 months or something. Because normally I can psycho myself into being everything's going to be okay. I'm just going to work harder and then it's going to happen. And I kind of have gotten to the point where I'm I don't want to work harder, and I don't think it's ever going to happen. But here we are, thriving.
Here's the thing. I think maybe the takeaway for this book tour and for everything that we're doing right now is quality over quantity. You know, like, maybe we don't need 100 million book sales. Like, the messages that we're getting and the response that we're getting from the girls that are buying the book and coming to the shows is so warm.
Yeah.
It's so welcoming, and it makes us feel like what we're doing actually matters a little bit. And I was going to say, we're finally getting messages from people whose stories made it into the book, which I think is the most exciting thing, because when we started thinking about like the idea for Lady Secrets, like that was a moment I was waiting for. Is for these girls that sent in their stories to be like, oh my God, I can't wait until we become a New York Times bestseller, or like, I'm so excited that I'm also a published author. Like, it's really cute. And we've gotten, who do we get?
We got Barbecue Girl that shit on the barbecue. We got Sleeper Girl that falls asleep at all the events.
Yeah.
We got Lady with a Tail.
Yeah.
And there's more. I think what I'd like to do, and you guys let us know if you like this idea, but I think I'd like to read all the DMs, and then we can do like, it's like the after show, like the follow up to the stories, you know?
Well, we also had the idea of maybe inviting these said women on the podcast
like, really
anonymously to like tell the story and like give us a little bit more insight, because when we're reading the stories and when we got them sent in, we had so many questions to ask, but we couldn't because it was anonymous. There's no way to trace you.
Right.
So I think it would be fun if they were willing to have like a conversation about it.
I love that so much. Like, I'm ready.
About their secrets.
Women tell all. That's what we'll call it.
Oh, ladies tell all. Oh my God.
So we don't get sued.
Yeah.
I dare you, Bachelor Nation.
So
I dare you.
LadyGang is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Let's face it, sometimes multitasking can be overwhelming, like when your favorite podcast is playing, like the LadyGang, and the person next to you is talking and your car van is blasting, all while you're trying to find the perfect parking spot. But then again, sometimes multitasking is easy, like quoting with Progressive Insurance. They do the hard work of comparing rates so you can find a great rate that works for you, even if it's not with them. Give their nifty comparison tool a try, and you might just find getting the rate and coverage you deserve is easy. All you need to do is visit Progressive's website to get a quote with all the coverages you want, like comprehensive and collision coverage or personal injury protection. Then you'll see Progressive's direct rate, and their tool will provide options from other companies all lined up and ready to compare, so it's simple to choose the rate and coverage you like. Press play on comparing auto rates, quote at progressive.com to join the over 27 million drivers who trust Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
You're listening to the Lady Gang.
What else is going on, guys?
Well, I feel like we may have no employees left after this.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Because they're exhausted.
Yeah. Kind of sucks when you got to do it all.
It's hard. We really did not anticipate, and I think people are going to get sick of hearing it like this, but I didn't really know that it was going to be like this. I had always done productions where this is a non-union. This is what it is.
This is a non-union.
When you're doing musical theater and you're like a baby coming out of school or whatever, you're starting off, you do non-union shows, and that's when you like bring your own costumes, you provide your own everything, you know, and it's really just bare bones, bare bones support. And it's hard that we've been doing so much union work in our professional lives, if you will.
Yeah.
And now we're back to hauling our own shit. It's humbling.
It's very humbling. I had big plans for this tour. I was like, I'm going to redo my whole bujo for next year.
No.
I'm going to watch all these movies and shows and all these things. I have done not one thing that wasn't work or putting clothes on related, but I will say I think we were overly ambitious to start out with, but it's going to get better. You know, like the schedule.
Done.
The schedule does open up. No, we're not almost done.
Atlanta is going to be great because there's several days off in a row, and it's just the show in Atlanta.
I get to meet Baby Ford.
You guys can, you can visit Baby Ford. You can go to spas. You can lay in your hotel room bed for days on end. And it's really, that'll be a nice like treat. And I did just find out from the girls, from Chelsea and Alex, that the hotel that I selected for them in New York, because of the UN and all the stuff that was going on, there was like only one Hilton on like the East Side. Yeah. And I just assumed it was fine. It's, you know, whatever.
It's a Hilton.
Yeah. I found out today, like days and days and days later, that it was in fact disgusting.
Oh no. And it was like $500 a night.
Yeah, it was not cheap. It was like $450, $500. It's a bummer. Am I allowed to say that actually?
I mean, yeah, you can. It's a bummer. This is like, I would like to rename the Lady Secrets tour the Everything That Could Go Wrong Went Wrong tour. Like, oh, we just happened to be in New York City when the UN is, and like the publisher's like, we'll give you a black card to take you around to the press. And we're like, we'll get out of the black car and run 30 blocks so we don't miss the interview. Like, it's just like everything. Like, I ate one burrito and I'm shitting in a box. You know what I mean? It's just... It's hard to keep going when the universe keeps telling you, like, stop.
No, I also don't do well. As we were riding on our 2-hour drive back uptown after our entire day of press that started at 6 a.m. glam, I'm in the car and it's like, you know, 4 o'clock at this point. I'm going to be landing back at the hotel at like, you know, 5:30 or whatever. And I'm like, I can't exist in a world where I don't stop for a relaxing lunch.
No, we talked about this.
Yeah, it's not okay.
No, I decompress by sitting down, being served, having a nice meal, and having like a nice glass of wine.
Yeah.
And if I can't get that in like at some point in some way,
in the day,
it's like my shit's all...
Would have been fine sitting down at a McDonald's.
Yeah, just
sitting down and ordering off the menu.
Yeah.
It was wild.
It was so, and we always do that. Every time we have LadyGang work days, it's like we just never ever build in any time to live, to be
like
humans.
Katy Perry in that biography or the movie documentary about her life, and she's like, "Where's my relationship days?"
Yeah,
and you're like, "Where's my sit down minutes?"
Yeah,
where's my sit down McDonald's minute?
I know. It's crazy. It's wild. Even
McDonald's
for me,
sounds great
if
right
I'm
now.
struggling, I can't imagine that you two.
I'm dying.
I can't imagine
on the
it.
inside.
Can we talk a little bit about going to Broadway?
Oh, yeah. We saw Funny Girl.
We saw Funny Girl, and it was
oh my God.
so fantastic, everybody.
Incredible.
I'm going to sneeze.
Bless you.
Thanks for covering that.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Okay. We went to Funny Girl.
It was not something that we could anticipate. Oh, wow.
This is so gross.
Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Kelty and I, before tour, when we like had dreams of grandeur, we thought, oh, we have a night off in New York.
God,
what's going to be so great.
So much
dress
free time.
Yeah. Go to Funny Girl, not be wearing the same crusty makeup that we put on at 6 a.m. and the same crusty underwear we'd been wearing since 6 a.m. But in our minds, we were like, this will be great. And I'm not going to lie, about 20 minutes before Funny Girl, I was like,
I don't want to go to Funny Girl.
You made a mistake.
I made a huge mistake getting these tickets. Excuse me. Like, I want to go support my friend, but I don't know if I have it in me to really...
I thought, it's fine, Kelty, if you have to fall asleep, fall asleep. That's what I felt.
I fell asleep in Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat when I was younger.
No surprise.
That's because Joseph in the
And that was a non-union show, I can imagine.
Was it?
Where was it?
I don't know. In Syracuse, New York?
Yes.
Okay. They were providing their own costumes.
Yes. The
Joseph's Dreamcoat was a bathrobe from Walmart.
I loved it.
Anyways, yes. But we get in that show, and God damn it, if it didn't just revive our souls. And it was old school Broadway.
Yes.
You were not seeing a stunt cast where you're like, oh, it's okay, but like, you know,
it's okay, Roxy, Pamela Anderson.
Yeah, it's like Pauly D. He was all right. You know, I almost bought him as whatever.
What
it's like
Pauly D.
I'm just making an example. Like, Snooki. You know, it was so fucking phenomenal, and Leah was so fucking phenomenal, and I never doubted it. I truly never, ever doubted it. But like seeing it happen in front of you is like watching, and I said, this is like watching Michael Jordan play basketball.
Yeah.
There are only so few people that talented on Broadway.
Yeah.
Broadway is the pinnacle of musical theater. And then there's another percentage of the top performers on Broadway. And like, that is Leah in that category. And it's like, this is a historical moment.
It was I mean, I knew she could sing, obviously, and I didn't know much about the show. I'd never seen the original, and I hadn't seen, there's a movie, I think, or whatever.
Barbra Streisand.
And so I knew the songs, obviously, and I knew she was going to wail. So I was never like, and then I'd seen a little bit on TikTok. I knew she was going to wail. What you don't see on TikTok of the performance is how funny she is. In between, Jack, it's like she's playing this character, and you know when, okay, so like, do you ever have it happen when you go to see something or like a band or something, but the person's your friend and all you can see is your friend?
Yeah.
You can't see the like production as a whole because you're like, there's Jared, my fiance, and I know what he looks like naked playing guitar right now. You know what I mean? It was so transformative that it's
Transcendent.
Transcendent. I didn't see Leah, the girl that was on our podcast, and you know, like it was, and everyone was good in the cast. Like
Everyone
the
was
showgirls were
amazing.
good, the sets were good. I just thought it was great, and I'm really glad. I'm really glad we went. And I was so tired after. But the best part about it, and the reason I wanted to bring it up, yes, it was fabulous. My favorite part about it is that Becca Tobin has never been more famous.
I'm sure.
It was a fucking convention. She was like kind of keeping her head down looking in the playbill, but I was spotting everyone spotting her. And then, you know, doing what we do, which is like, and we were not, and Katie Couric was in the audience.
Oh, really?
Frankie Grande was in the audience. Like, there were people in the audience that were like, you know, doing it for real. And it was so sweet because all these people were coming up and they wanted a picture with Becca. And like, I should have just sat you in the aisle.
No chance. No
I
way.
sat her in and like protected her. And it was just so sweet. And people were like, I love you so much. And it's just like, I don't know. It was really cool. I felt you were too tired to enjoy it, but I enjoyed it for her. Because it's like you just were so monumental that people like see you, and then like a mom came over and was like, "You will make my little girl's life if you take a picture." Like, I don't know.
Cool.
It's exciting.
It's cute.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, yeah, it's you forget that people are also like still watching the show too. That's the other part that I'm really stunned with was people that come up and they're like, I'm watching it right now. And I'm like, God damn streaming.
It's like me.
Yeah, but you're making those dollars, aren't you?
Nope.
No?
No. You
But
don't
isn't
make,
it syndicated?
when it's syndicated on a network, you do make residuals, but if people do like pay-per-view or whatever, but when Netflix purchases, like when Glee was on Netflix, the only people who make money is Fox and the creators of the show, I think. So yeah, that's why actors aren't that stoked when their shows go to Netflix to be like played. I mean, they are, because there's still some like value in keeping it relevant, but it's not the same as like when shows go into syndication properly and you make
millions of dollars.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
That's so interesting. I also thought it reminded me of when we were at Catch in LA and we saw Tammy Taylor, Connie Britton.
oh yeah,
Yeah, and you embarrassed
It had
yourself?
been like 8 years since I watched Friday Night Lights, but
Yeah.
when I see her, she's fucking Tammy Taylor, and I can't control myself. So I was excited that you're having your Tammy Taylor moment.
That's exciting.
It was very exciting. Listen, LadyGang, we are just so thankful that you guys have been coming out to the show and supporting the book. And we are, you know, in the middle of this. It's crazy, but it really, I think the thing that's keeping us going is meeting you and seeing you and seeing your DMs and your Instagrams after the show being like, this was the best night, and we're going to keep going. We're going to keep hustling through. We're going to keep loading our own boxes. And we're just so excited. There's tickets available on the ladygang.com/tour. LA is sold out. Dallas, Houston, Atlanta, Charlotte. Nope, Charlotte will be over. Atlanta, Phoenix, Denver. Come and see us. I guarantee we will not be touring for a very long time. And, you know, when you come, you get a book and, you know, a surprise and delight from Marshall. So
it's a good time.
we will see you next Tuesday.
Thanks for listening. The Lady Gang is produced by Alex Ingber, Steve Delameter, and Jared Monaco. Make sure you subscribe, rate, and review our podcast. And if you love it, share it with your friends on social media. Like, oh my God, I just listened to Lady Gang. This episode's so great. Swipe up to listen. And if you really want to, which we know you do, please follow us on social. At Kelty, at Becca, at Jack Vanek, and at The Lady Gang. Sign up for our newsletter at theladygang.com and join our secret Facebook group. It's super fun. See you next Tuesday.
Oh
All this month, celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month with Pluto TV. Watch movies with the biggest stars like Eugenio Derbez in No Eres Tú, Soy Yo, and Luis Gerardo Méndez in Camino a Marte. Plus, Pluto TV has thousands more movies and TV shows and over 45 channels in Spanish, all for free. So download the Pluto TV app on all your favorite devices and start streaming today. Pluto TV. Drop in, watch free.